We are back on the Pit Boss, and we are hitting it with the Christmas brisket. Yes, that's right, Brisket 2.0. One of my most watched videos that you guys have subscribed to. And here we are, we're back for another journey. Christmas Eve, getting ready for Christmas morning. Let's jump in. Here we go. Brisket, let's do it. Back in the kitchen, we've got a full brisket. This one was on sale at Sam's Club. Starting weight is about 10.5 pounds. We're gonna go through and we're gonna cut off some of this fat, okay? And we're gonna trim it up nice and ready to go. And then we'll season it up with just simply some 16 mesh black pepper and a little bit of Meat Church Holy Cow, and she will be ready to go for that overnight cook. So here we go. We're gonna start trimming and getting this bad boy ready to jump on. Trimmed up. As you can see, we took quite a bit off. This was a choice piece of meat, so it was a little bit cheaper, but a lot more fat on it. And so in that, we're gonna keep a bowl that will cook alongside it for tallow to pour on the top at the end and in the middle of the cook and different things like that. We got plenty of that, so we may do 2 bowls. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start with a binder. So our binder is Worcestershire, and then after our binder, again, black pepper goes on, and then sprinkle a little dash of Holy Cow on there as well. All right, I think we got it cleared up pretty good, cleaned up pretty good. Most of the fat cleaned off of the main meat part, and then of course the fat cap on the other side, pretty thick. We got some little strands that we'll come back and cut off in a minute when we flip that over. But I'm gonna start on the fat side with my rub, so that I end on my meat side, if that makes sense. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna pat that in, get it nice and set in. I don't worry too much about the Holy Cow on this side. But on the meat side, we're gonna load it up. All right, so here we go. Whoosh or shoot. Rub it in good. Again, not gonna really feel that in the way of, or taste that in the way of flavor, but it's gonna help with our pepper sticking to it here. All right, so now we're going in. When asked about consistency of pepper, you wanna see the meat, but not see the meat. If that gives you a good idea, we'll come back here in a second with a shot to show you what I mean by that. But this is, again, Texas style, so we're going heavy pepper, lots of pepper. It's gonna have a little kick as and while you're eating it, biting into it. Good stuff. We are setting up for an overnight cook, all right? And so this is gonna be rolling at 200 throughout the evening. So you wanna make sure that your pellet box is full and that everything is ready to rock and roll all through the night. Don't forget those pellets. That is disaster ultimately waiting to happen if you miss out in the middle of the night. But again, the joy of the pellet grill, right? Some would say offset's the only way to do it. I hear you, but in the way of leave it and forget it, pellet grills are the way to go. And that's what we're gonna do tonight. We're gonna be sleeping like a sound little baby as this thing is cooking throughout the evening. We're gonna pull it out in the morning, wrap it, and then throw it in a cooler, and it'll be ready for lunch and Chiefs game and all of those great things tomorrow afternoon. So here we go. All right, we're out on the smoker. A little trick. So in my last video for the brisket on the Pit Boss, many of you had some opinions about the fact that right around the hot pot area, the brisket got hot, like crispy. And so what I've discovered is a little trick. So I have 2 bricks that are heat resistant, and then I have a grill off of, or a grate off of one of my other grills. And so what I'm actually gonna do is have the brisket up off the main grill of the Pit Boss, and it's gonna be sitting there so that the smoke and air can get under it. It also elevates it a little bit more so it's off of that hot pot. So here's our 2 bowls of fat. This is gonna make our tallow, and then we're taking our brisket fat side down. We're just gonna set him right in there, just like that. All right. Here it is 9:30 the next morning, a nice beautiful Christmas morning. We're popping this bad boy open to see what we can see. Here we go. Here she is. She's been going most of the night, looking pretty good. So when we probe for temp, I already did, so I'm going to use my same hole. Here's what we get. She's coming around 161, 165, right there, and that's kind of where we want it. And so she's been cooking consistently. You might find it a little cooler in some areas, but man, right there in the middle of the meat, 165, that's where we want it. So we're gonna pull it and take it to our wrap. All right, we've got 2 pieces of craft paper. You can find this at any of your barbecue sections. This is the little bit wider version, but I've got 2 here with a slight overlap in the middle. And it starts out pretty stiff, but what we're going to do is use some apple cider vinegar in a squirt bottle, and we're just going to spray that down as we are putting the brisket on, and then shoot it a little bit around the edges
to get it to do a nice fold over our brisket. So here we go. Once it's sitting here, we're going to take some of our tallow. So you can see it's kind of rendered down. And if you just tip it to the side there, there's the juice, the good stuff. We're going to pour that over the top of our brisket here as we start. Right. Oh my.
All right, so this is a lot of paper, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna come over the top and tuck. We're gonna come over the top and tuck. And then we're gonna bring that second piece up. And then it's probably gonna be hard to fold, so we're gonna shoot a little bit of apple cider vinegar on top here. You may have made it a bit too big. Oh, you guys are going to love that in the comments, I'm sure. All right, we're going to tear this off, make it a little smaller. Around there. Come down around the top. Boom. She's ready to go. We're gonna leave that.
All right, I got a probe back here right in the kind of the back side. We are at 201, so we're gonna pull it here in just the next few minutes, and we are ready to rock and roll. Again, don't look at the folding job. It is not good. I know. Let me have it in the comments. Sure. Okay. Just as long as you subscribe. All right. So here's our setup. Super simple. Just a towel, and then it's going in our Arctic cooler. We're going to drop that down in there and then wrap it like a piece of bread. So one over the top, one more over the top. We're going to let it rest for about 2 hours, and then we're going to pull it. You can let it rest up to 5 hours. But yeah, there it is. Simple setup, easy to do. About 3.5 hours since we pulled it off, and now we're gonna pull it out of the cooler, take it in, and see what she looks like. Oh my gosh. That boy open. See what we got here. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Squishy, squishy. Oh boy. Woo. Smoke ring. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous. Easy tear. All right, so if you're looking at this, look at that smoke ring there. And we got lots of juice coming out of that as well. Oh my goodness, and it is flexy. So, hope that you enjoy this brisket around your house. Ain't gonna lie, I already had a couple bites, but here we go. Tying in, diving in, whatever the word is. That is money. Like, subscribe. We'll see you soon.